Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another podcast. Last time we had the head of BTEC, Mr. Holmes, and today we have one of his star students. She is also a Cruzeiro footballer, so let's introduce her. Hi, Sara. How are you
Hi.
feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
You look a little nervous.
Mhm.
Could you please introduce yourself?
I'm Sara Umachi. I'm in year 12 and I'm currently taking the BTEC course.
And can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you ended up here in BISP?
I'm from Japan and I've been moving around different countries in Asia since I was 0.
Since you were 0.
Yeah. And I've been to quite a lot of international schools. And in my the previous country I was in was Malaysia, and my good friend um, uh, invited me to apply for a scholarship here for football, and luckily it was during quarantine, and we were struggling to find schools like high schools for me in Japan, as I'm not a great Japanese
Academic student.
academic. And yeah, luckily I got into the school with my football scholarship.
It's very interesting. Thank you, Sarah. And could you please give us a little rundown of what your daily schedule looks like?
Okay, on the days we don't have morning training, I wake up around 7.
And when are we supposed to come down, Sarah?
7:50. Somehow I do get ready in 15 minutes. And we go down to refectory, have our breakfast, and we start our tutor around 7:45, and we have our first class from 8:05. And on the days we have morning training, I wake up around 5:50, and it's an hour. So
And we had Mr. Holmes last time who talked about a lot about the BTEC program. But what is the BTEC program to you?
I think it's a great diploma where you can. Okay, I chose BTEC for two main reasons. One, I'm super passionate about sports, and I love learning about how the body works and everything that goes along with it. And in BTEC, you get to learn about all of those anatomy and physiology and like sports and business and stuff. And the second reason is that it's all coursework. So in exams, I used to struggle with time, and my teachers all noticed that, because when I did coursework, everything was great, but in certain exams, it was hard for me to finish, and the only time I didn't finish my exams was when I got bad grades. So it showed a lot.
Correlation.
Yeah.
And what would you like recommend it to like other students? Or what type of students do you think would really enjoy BTEC?
I would recommend it to student athlete like me, who wants to maybe pursue like universities in UK or maybe a few different Europe countries. And whoever is interested in learning all about the body and sports.
Yeah. And is the coursework hard? I know you don't have exams for BTEC, so what do you usually do for like coursework in BTEC?
So after we learn about the concept, we try to showcase our learning in things like presentation, posters, yeah, in some kind of form to present it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah.
And I'm aware you go off out of school so many times on so many occasions for some practical work, like
Yeah.
golf, rock climbing, a lot of stuff. So what has been your favorite practical moment so far?
I think I love all of them, but
Mhm.
in my opinion, tech ball.
Oh.
Yeah, because we have like a little tournament like within the class, and then I won first place.
Oh, how many students are there in your class, Sara?
5.
You won first. That's not bad.
I mean,
That's
they're
a
all
good ranking.
Cruzeiro, so
Yeah, that's a good ranking. And do you prefer the practical side more, or like the teaching, the learning, the presentations?
I like the learning as much as the practical,
Mm-hmm.
but I must say I do love the practical.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people want to know a lot about the teachers. Do you have a specific teacher who like supervises you the whole day, or is it like different for each subject?
It's one teacher per like unit or like section. So that we have 4 teachers. So yeah, it's not one teacher who like supervises us. It's like different teachers for each unit.
And what has been your favorite BTEC moment so far? Probably not the photo shoots.
Oh no,
Definitely not the photo shoots.
no.
Imagine, think of yourself in the BTEC classroom right now, and you'll be like, "Oh, I wish we were doing this right now. We did this last time. It was so fun." Which was your favorite BTEC moment?
Really, any like practical lesson.
So you do prefer practical lessons over theory?
Yeah, every practical lesson is like always fun.
Right. Mm-hmm. How are you liking it so far, though? It's your last week of BTEC.
I think I'll miss it because like we do a lot of presentations, and I love also like creating posters and stuff. But
surely you're gonna miss your 4 classmates.
Yeah. Due to this very small class, I've been able to get to know them.
Speech now. Do a speech about them, please. Acknowledge your 4 classmates.
I didn't really know them before, but this year I've been really enjoying the class with them, and they've always made me laugh throughout the year.
That's so sweet.
So
that's so sweet. Now you have to do one for your teachers. It's gonna look bad. It's only okay. Okay, do one for Mr. Holmes.
Okay. We've got Mr. Holmes. He's always been sweet. Overall, great teacher. And Mr. Jones.
Yes.
He's taken us to Blue Tree and rock climbing.
Wow.
A lot of different places. And he's also very he joins us in the practical.
I think it's just because he wants to.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Jones.
Mr. Pearson, he teaches us business. We've never been outside of class, but I love business, so it's okay.
Mr. Stephens.
Mr. Stephens. He teaches me a lot of math, actually.
SAT math.
Yeah, SAT math. He helps me a lot. And Mr. Chapman.
Yes.
You know, you're probably always busy because of like being the manager of the sports like
sports system.
yeah. But he's very good at explaining things and like bringing the lesson into real life examples. And yeah,
Oh,
thank you
that's
all.
so sweet. Oh, that's so sweet. Now that we're finishing up on the BTEC topic, let's talk a little more about your life as a footballer who's going to be a pro footballer soon. So give me a brief overview of your like football journey since the age of 0.
Okay, no, not since the age of 0. But I've been playing football since I was 6. So like, yeah, very young. I've been influenced by my siblings and my father who plays football. And I always just went like followed them to their football training and stuff like that. So I naturally just got into football. But I started taking seriously like before I came to the school. So like right before I got a scholarship. Otherwise I wouldn't have accepted it. You know? So what else?
And you joined a club in Singapore?
Oh yeah. I've been to a lot of
clubs,
schools
yeah.
and football clubs, but I always loved playing other sports in the school as well. So I think playing other sports also has helped me like
See your passion for football, yeah.
see like how much I love football, like even though I love other sports, compared to like other sports.
Right. And right now you're in the Cruzeiro Academy at BISP. So what is it like here joining Cruzeiro?
Everyone's very competitive here, and a lot of people are like me who wants to pursue in football, and or at least to universities, and everyone here is lovely. Although we're all competitive, we still like help each other to improve ourselves. And shout out to my coach as well. All the coaches are very lovely, and at times, like when it gets hard, they will try and push you. When times are tough, like it can be hard for them to like
encourage you
sweetly. Because I think they'll be scared to like bring us down. So instead they'll just keep pushing you in like their own ways.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
And recently we just finished Soccer Sevens champions, by the way. And how did you find it? How was it like? Let's start from day one. How was your first day?
I think day 1 was the best in my opinion. We had most of our games had more than 6 goal differences. You can't really see that on the results because this
sign of respect.
Yeah,
apparently.
because 6 is the maximum score you can put on the scoreboard. But the whole team was just really excited. Like since I don't know, like September, we've been counting down to Soccer Sevens, and we were really intense, and I feel like we put everything there. And although the competition's level is not that high, we still brought out like the best performance. And we didn't stop when we thought like, oh, like this game is easy, you know? And I love that. On the second day, it was a harder competition level. We went against Harrow in the semifinals, which we couldn't score, so it was a draw, and we went into penalties. and Maria, Bonnie, and I were the penalty takers, and we won.
Good job, Sara.
And it felt amazing to win that penalty, but
another challenge came.
yeah, but I feel like it shouldn't have been into penalties, so I'm a bit disappointed, especially myself, because I couldn't score.
That's not true.
Anyways, in the finals it was 2-1, and the whole crowd, like everyone was just surrounding the pitch because it was the last game of the day of the tournament, and it was really intense, and like hearing everyone cheer was amazing, and it was just a really intense game, and I'm glad that we finished 2-1. Yeah,
it was amazing too, because we all prepared banners, slogans.
Oh yeah, the banners were
cheering.
So sweet.
I think Soccer 7's overall, I think this year it was harder, definitely, for you guys, but then in the end we still won. So and right after BTEC, what are your future career plans when you go to the States?
From January 2nd I'll be in Kansas, and I think their school starts on like the 9th.
Yeah, are you excited to go?
As much as I'm excited, I'm sad to leave this place, because I've been here almost 3 years. So yeah.
On that note, you're leaving this Sunday. That is around 3 days away.
Yeah,
4 days away.
Yeah.
What do you think you'll miss the most about BISP? There's a lot of things.
Yeah. I'll miss like every single detail about this place.
It can be like the small things.
The most.
Boarding?
Yeah, I have to say the people.
Yeah. That's the first obvious answer. The waffles on Tuesdays.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have to say the people here, because without them I wouldn't have been here, like, because I get homesick quite easily, although my parents don't know that. I'm not really like an expressive person, so when I get homesick, my friends are there. Like, when I first came here, I was really struggling, but as soon as I found my people, like you, Phoebe, I was able to cope with them much easier, and I was more optimistic, and yeah.
And I love how we bond, not just outside school, like all the kayaking trips, all the beach trips, all the night markets, all the central trips, but we stay in boarding. We can like turn the lights off, we watch movies, like Barbie, wherever.
Yeah, I'm so grateful that all of us live in the same shelter, the same floor.
We wake up to the same faces, we sleep to the same faces.
Yeah, it's just, I'll miss that a lot.
Everyone's gonna miss you too, Sara. On the last note, let's give prospective families and students who want to come here a little bit about Phuket. So what do you recommend people to do on everything we've signed out together? Which has been your favorite Phuket trip so far?
It's so hard. I could make a whole like package for them, but I would have to say like Phuket is an island, so you must go to the beaches and the night market. Like that's like a set, like you can't separate those two.
Exactly.
Me personally, I love Thai food and I love coconuts.
I knew you were gonna say that.
If you didn't already know. And yeah, you can find them anywhere.
Yeah. Anywhere.
So, but when I go to the States, I won't see any of those.
That's why you have to come back. That's why every chance you
I
get,
don't
you'll
know
have to
when
come
I'll be
back.
back, Phoebe.
It's fine. I'll just think you're coming back next summer. That's how I'll survive. And to wrap it up, do you want to say anything to prospective families or students who want to come here, or like who are deciding to do the BTEC program?
I recommend BTEC too. As I mentioned before, I recommend BTEC for those who are passionate about sports and learning about your body and
An alternative to IB or
yeah,
A levels.
or love doing coursework. If you know that you're like disciplined and not a procrastinator, and you can make the deadlines. Yeah. And I mentioned about Phuket.
That's pretty much.
Yeah.
And any final shout outs you want to do? I know you did a lot of shout outs just now, but anyone else that you want to do a shout out to, you can do it right now.
Shout out to Phoebe.
Yes.
For always being there by my side.
Why do you have to whisper that part? You were so loud. One was like, you were dropping everyone's names. You're just so quiet. I'm like, okay.
Shout out to all my friends who has always been there, because living and boarding is not easy.
Especially to those not physically here, but mentally here, like Mishi.
Yeah. I think boarding here has prepared me for like going to the States. Yeah.
Too many people to do a shout out to. All right. Should we wrap up then? Okay. Thank you, Sara, for joining us today. We got to know about the BTEC program. We got to know about Cruzeiro and your future plans before you leave. It's a really sad moment, but I hope this podcast covered a lot about BISP and how the BTEC program is like. So yeah, thank you for watching or listening. Please do a wave at the camera.
Thank you, Phoebe.
Thank you, Sara. Omachi. We'll miss you so much.
I'll miss you too.